Dear students, very good morning. This is Ramesh GK, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Government First Grade College and PG Center, Shitlighatta, Chikkaballapura District. Department of Collegiate Education, welcome to Digital Learning. In this particular session, I am going to take the Advanced Corporate Accounting of 4th semester BCom. During this session, I am going to explain you the various methods of valuation of human resources. In the previous classes, we learned basics, meanings, advantages, disadvantages, human resource accounting. Now, let us go through what are the important methods are there for valuation of human resources. The first and foremost important is historical cost method. Under historical cost method for the valuation of human resources, we consider actual cost incurred on human resources. Under historical cost method for the valuation of human resources, the cost incurred on the human resources are taken into consideration. And the such type of cost incurred may include two types of cost: acquisition cost and learning cost or development cost. And the acquisition cost is expenses incurred on the recruitment and selection of employees, and learning cost is the cost incurred on training and development of the employees working in the organization. That means under historical cost method for valuation of human resources in the organization, we consider the historical cost, that is cost incurred. The cost incurred may be of two types, that is acquisition cost and learning cost. Acquisition cost includes the expenses incurred by the organization on recruitment and selection of employees, and learning cost includes the cost incurred by the organization on training and development of employees after the recruitment. And this method is very simple on its application because it is very simple to consider the expenses incurred. As such, it is very simple, but it does not reflect the true value of human resources or human assets. But this may not reflect the true value of human assets working in the organization, because, or for example, an experienced employee may not require much training, and therefore his value may appear to below, though his real value is much more than what is suggested by the historical cost method. This is a major drawback of this historical cost method. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಏನು ಖರ್ಚಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಮೇ ಇನ್ಕರ್ acquisition cost and learning cost. Learning cost may be very low in case of experienced employees. Then when they don't need any type of training, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಫಾಲೋ ದ ಹಿಸ್ಟಾರಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. Another method of valuation of human resource accounting or human resource is replacement cost method. As the name itself suggesting, it is based on the expenses incurred to replace. Replacement cost considers the notional cost that may be required to acquire a new employee to replace the present one. That means the value of present employee will be equal to the cost to be incurred by the organization to replace that employee with the new one. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾವ ಥರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟೋದ್ರೆ ಆ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿನ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ replacement cost method. Notional cost that may be required to acquire a new employee to the replace of or to replace the present employee. In calculating replacement cost, different types of expenses are taken into consideration, which may be in the form of acquisition and learning cost. Replacement cost is generally much higher than the historical cost. Of course, because recruitment of an experienced employee is very difficult and costly. As a result, replacement cost is much higher than historical cost. That is about replacement cost method of valuation of human resource in the organization. Now, let us move to the another method, that is standard cost method. Under standard cost method, employees of an organization are categorized into different groups based on their hierarchical position. On the basis of the position held by the employees in the organization, they will be categorized, they will be classified into different groups. Okay, that is the first step in the valuation of human resources accounting standard cost method. After categorization of employees or after classification of employees, standard cost is fixed for each category of employees and their value is calculated. Say for example, if the employees are classified into skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled employees in the organization, the standard cost is fixed for each category of employee. That means from the standard cost on the fixed ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ skilled employees ಗೆ semi-skilled ಮತ್ತೆ unskilled employees ಗೆ. On the basis of that, their value is calculated. This method is very simple but does not consider the differences in employees put in the same group. For example, the employees who are put in the skill group all will be considered as equal value. That is not possible at all. There may be a lot of differences among the employees who have been classified in the same group. For example, semi-skilled employees ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್, ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್. ಆ ಥರ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಔಟ್. In many cases, these differences may be quite large. That is, the difference among the employees in terms of efficiency, morale, motivation, it may be quite high in many cases. As a result, the standard cost method may not hold good for valuation of human resources. Another method is present value of future earnings method. The present value of future earnings method. In this method, future earnings of various group of employees are estimated. That is, various group of employees and their earnings are estimated. ಯಾವ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸು ಫ್ಯೂಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ದ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅವ್ರು ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸಿಂದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ and are discounted at a predetermined rate of return to obtain the present value of such earnings. Okay, it is very simple. The earnings of the employees till the retirement are estimated. First estimate ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸು ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. After that, the present value of such incomes will be computed by making use of the predetermined rate of return to obtain the present value of such earnings. Okay, that is how the value of human resources is done in case of present value of future earnings method. And this method is similar to the present value of future earnings used in the financial asset. However, this method does not give correct value of human assets as it does not measure their contributions to achieving organizational effectiveness. it considers, or this method considers only the earnings of the employees to the organization. Other than earnings of the organization, the contributions of the employee for organizational excellence not method. Under this method, cost of acquisition, that is, cost incurred in the recruitment, hiring and induction of employees are considered. That is, the expenses incurred by the organization in the acquisition of employees are taken into consideration for the valuation of human resources under this method. That is, the main cost incurred is recruitment, selection, hiring and induction of employees. The process involves capitalization of historical cost. Okay, whatever the expenses incurred with respect to these activities will be capitalized for the valuation of human resources. The cost so capitalized has to be written off over a period of time for which the employees remains within the organization. Okay, whatever the cost capitalized will be written off over a period of time for which the employees remains within the organization. If for some reason the employee leaves the organization permanently, the unamortized cost remaining in the books has to be written off against profit and loss account of the particular year. Okay, so this is another important method of valuation of human resources. So this is about the various methods of valuation of human resources.